Captain's address.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tannick, Father Hosking, honoured guest, Mr. Alfred Chang, staff, parents and fellow Aloysians. It was on this very day 1 year ago that our captain of the college, Patrick Butler, concluded his speech at the annual distribution of prizes in stating that it is time to begin making our own stories. It is time to create our own legacy. For us, it is truly a time to act. The class of 2016 heeded this sentiment. They strove every day to instill a legacy of servitude that they would be able to look back on and be proud of. Whether it be at the Bellarmino for first debating, the stands at College Oval, or the court at Dalton Hall, you can be sure that the class of 2016 would be there, arm in arm, chanting for their beloved blue and gold. But their service of the college did not stop there. They worked tirelessly on the Batyr Initiative, continuing to smash the stigma surrounding mental illness. They continued the college's strong tradition of academic excellences in the classroom. Outside of the classroom, whether it be in our own community here at Kirribilli or in communities less fortunate than our own, these boys would selflessly give their time in service of others. And thus, it is this legacy of servitude that this cohort leaves behind, led by the team of Patrick Butler, Matthew Dayton, Liam Gilroy, and Jack Buckley, models of what it is to be true servant leaders. Now, as another year draws to a close, we are called to reflect on how we, as Aloysians, are working to establish our own legacy at this school we so deeply love. How can we impact those hallways and classrooms? How can this legacy extend out into our society? How does our presence for 6 short years at this school endure as we depart? It is by no mistake that our college sits in the heart of Sydney. We are called, as products of a Jesuit education, to go out into these communities locally and abroad to enact change, to improve the lives of others, to give what little time we have in the grand scheme of things to make a difference. And it is part of our faith, not just as Jesuits, but as Christians, that instills in us a belief in something bigger. We are born for greater things, things greater than ourselves. We are born for the Marges. But do not think this mission is out of reach. This mission is being lived out before your eyes at this college every day. All you must do is look to your teachers and staff. These men and women work tirelessly every day so that others may have it better. True examples of what it means to live out the Aloysian value of service. Our teachers endeavour to nurture an individual relationship with each and every one of us students so that we are able to achieve every success we dream of. But what is success? What did you envisage when I said that word? A 99 ATAR, a law degree, a management position, a holiday house up the coast? Don't get me wrong, these can be your goals in life, but do not think as Aloysians, as products of a 476-year-old tradition of Jesuit education, that these goals are the limit. No. Ad majora natus, we are born for greater things. In a society today where success is measured as an annual salary, we as Aloysians are called to do more. We are called to make an impact, a lasting impact on our world, and in particular, the people within it. Who says success isn't teaching a tribe of the Karen people in the mountains of northern Thailand English, so that their younger generations are given the opportunity to go to university, to improve the living conditions of their community for years to come? Who says success is working in a social enterprise in the western suburbs of Sydney, run independent of government funding or charity, a shop that provides food to those most disadvantaged in our community? And who says success isn't getting a job in that law firm, in that bank, in that advertising agency, but volunteering every Friday night at the local soup kitchen, getting to know and build those personal relationships in your local community? And it is these personal connections that can be so often mistakenly underestimated. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that the quantity of people your work reaches judges its success. As Dr. Seuss once said, to the world you may be one person, but to one person you may be the world. I've not seen this sentiment ring more true than in the immersion to the Philippines last December. There, I witnessed the effect our presence had on these communities. We were slow at mixing concrete, weak in digging trenches, and completely illiterate in the language, yet in just 5 short days at St. Aloysius College Village in Bagong Salang, we went from complete strangers to members of the community. So, to the young men seated in front of me, if there is one thing for you to take away from this speech, it is this. Each one of you has the ability to intimately impact the lives of others. Each of you has the power to change these people's lives, and each of you has the responsibility to do so for the better. Now, it would be remiss of me to speak at the annual distribution of prizes without mentioning the prize winners themselves. Whether it be through natural ability or hard work or a combination of both, these young men have found success in various aspects of college life. They stand before you as role models, as leaders, and for that I say congratulations. You have earned the recognition you receive today and should be proud of what you have achieved. Yet, so often, success can breed complacency. I can tell you now that when you look back in 50 years' time, it would not be that English prize. It would not be that first in the state for Year 11 geography that will be at the forefront of your mind. It will be what you do with that success that will define your legacy as individuals. And so I would challenge not only the prize winners, but the wider college community to see your success not as the end of a journey, but the beginning of one. Do not be afraid to begin making your mark today, to leave your legacy, to use the incredible gifts and opportunities that you've been given. It is never too early to work for what you believe in, even if you're not 100% sure of what that is yet. I urge you to discern, to reflect, to contemplate, to stay true to the values our selfless teachers have instilled in you as young men. Because it is these Aloysian virtues of gratitude, fortitude, faithfulness, wisdom, compassion, and justice that will help you to leave a path, help you on the path to leaving a legacy, whether it be at this beloved school of ours or elsewhere, that will change the course of other people's lives for the better. I leave you with a quote from a famous teacher called John Keating. Some of you may know him from the film Dead Poets Society. In it, Keating asks his students a question that has perplexed humanity throughout the ages. What is the purpose of life? Reciting a poem by the acclaimed American poet Walt Whitman, he answers, that you are here, that life exists an identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be? Thank you.
Love you, Lewis.